Hello everybody, I am Pilot Frederick, and today we're going to take the T6 Texan out for a few touch and goes here on the grass field. Now, yesterday I uploaded a video where I showed how to start this thing up. This won't be as much, oh, there's the wind tunnel. This won't be as much of an informational video, it'll be more like a few touch and goes I'm going to do on my own, and maybe add a little bit of commentary as I go along. So once again, we are spawned at Echo November Foxtrot Foxtrot, and my trees are doing weird things in the distance. Not sure why that is happening. Also, I realized yesterday's video was a little dark, so I fiddled a little bit around with the brightness settings on OBS, which I'm using to record, and I turned it up a little bit. So if this comes out as really bright and the colors look a little grayish because of the brightness, then I apologize. I'll try to sort that out for next video. I do not know what it's going to look like yet, though. So we're here, we got chocks, tie downs, and all that good stuff. We're gonna connect the all clean kit here. We're tied down from last night. Gonna reactivate the track IR, and I had ActiveSky running just a second ago. That's why that's why the windshield is wet, because I had that running and it was snowing. And I decided to just put it on clear skies. Weather is intolerable up here right now. We're gonna hand prop her, make sure that we have enough fuel. 35 gallons there and 40 gallons there. That's about right. We have 6.8 gallons. Everything looks about right. I'm gonna check the hangar. In good shape, 7.3 hours on this airframe. Okay, we can go ahead and start her up now. Everything is pretty dead here. And we'll select the right tank because we got more fuel in the right tank, and we can start pumping fuel. See that the oil pressure, fuel pressure on the needle has gone up now, so we can start priming. We're gonna get 5 good primes, I think. What's the outside temperature? 14. Okay, I only need 3. There we go. Go ahead and take off the control lock. And just go ahead and stop the hand prop. Take away the oil clean kit, take off pitot cover, close the rear canopy, take off the tie downs, and take off the wheel chocks. Make sure that our parking brake is set. And hopefully this rain is going to go away from the windshield once I get the engine started. Go ahead and use maximum propeller. Leave. I actually had the flaps up, but whatever. Increase the throttle just a little bit. Take away the control stick here and try to start the engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna get a good start here. I'm gonna lock the primer. Cabin is cool and steady, so we're just gonna open up the cabin heater here. Don't need that much, and we can turn on some carburetor heat. Wind should be pretty calm, so we can just go ahead and take off that way today. Let's go ahead and do the run up. Need my propeller to be at 100% of this. 1600 RPM. Go ahead and cycle the prop. And that's working all right. And then we can go ahead and push up to 2000 RPM. And we're gonna check our magnetos. So right magneto. See that it drops just a little bit. Not more than 100 though. And we'll check our left magneto. doesn't drop too much, so both our magnetos are good. We can try the mixture leaning for cruise, so I'm going to slowly pull the mixture back here, and we can see that as I pull it back, the RPM increases to a certain point, and then it starts to decrease. And there we go, it starts to decrease again. So we'll just put the mixture all the way back up, and bring the throttles back down. We can turn on the generator now, avionics master switch. Navigation lights and put them to bright. We'll turn on the GPS here, the radio, and the transponder. You can go ahead and close the canopy cover and bring the flaps up. Release the parking brake, turn on landing lights, turn on the strobe light. Need to open up the carburetor heat some more, I think. Because my RPM was dropping there. Alright, we'll make sure we got our trim set. Oh, that's very, very back. There we go. Alright, and we're ready to go here. Let's do some touch and goes. Hold the brakes, apply full throttle. We're really not getting full RPM. I think there is some icing in the carburetor actually, so we're just gonna... Oh, that's why, the oil temperature is not high enough. So we're gonna just reduce back the throttle just a little bit here, and kind of let that oil temperature come up. That's strange. It could be because the aircraft thinks it's cold outside because of the ActiveSky stuff. I was hoping the rain effects would come off, but it doesn't seem like they're going to come off. Just wait for the oil temperature to come up just a little bit more here. Alright, we're inside the good zone, so we're gonna apply full throttle, lock the tail wheel by pulling back on the stick, and let go of the brakes. Nose should come down any moment now. There we go. We're just gonna rotate now, pick up some speed in the ground effect. Gear up, and then we're gonna rotate, pull up. I'm gonna pull back on the throttle a little bit here. And go ahead and start this turn. I'm gonna do left-hand pattern today. Just kind of level out. Landing from this side is actually a lot more challenging because there are trees and stuff in the way, so you really have to hit it. And remember, these are just touch and goes, but once we do the landing, I think we're going to want to come back around on the other side. Alright, we can start climbing now. level off. Don't want to gain any more speed. And we'll start turning and deploy the gear about now. And flaps as well. There we go, lined up. We're just gonna reduce throttle here. We can try to do a 3-point landing. There you go. It's gonna bounce, of course, since it's downward sloping. We'll go ahead and apply full throttle. We need to take off here. That's just enough speed to get back up in the air. We'll start to left turn right away. And we'll reduce our speed or our throttle input one more time. And trim the nose back down since we have more speed now. There we go, we can reduce our throttle, deploy landing gear, deploy flaps, not defloy. We're a little bit on the slow side here. We need to start trimming up almost right away. Once this thing starts to lose speed, it really starts to put that nose down. There we go. Pretty much lined up. A little off. Really wish these windshield effects would stop. It's a bug. We'll go for the main wheel landing on this one. And apply full throttle. Go ahead and rotate. Pull the gear up, and we can pull the flap up. Check our fuel level. A little less fuel there, so we'll do one more touch and go, and then we're gonna put the fuel gauge selector on the other side, and then we'll come back around for a landing. I'm gonna try something cool on the landing here after this touch and go. We'll try another 3-point, and then we're gonna fly out a little bit and then do a hammerhead. See if I can pull off a hammerhead. We're gonna need some speed, and then come back in for the landing. So for the hammerhead, what we want to do is we just kind of want to gain some speed and then pull and climb almost straight up. But then once we're about 110 miles per hour, we want to kick the rudder full over to one side, and what that does is the plane kind of turns around. It's if you look at it from the top down, if you stuck an axis right through the plane from top to bottom, it would kind of twist around that like with yaw motion, and you would come straight back down and then flatten out from the turn, and then we would be heading straight back for the runway if I manage to pull it off correctly. Alright, here we go. Gear down. Flaps back down. See if I can't come in a little bit slower here so that we don't bounce as much. It's very difficult with the grass runway as well. It's bumpy and it's sloped a little bit downhill when we land from this side. So whenever you hit it, even if you hit it slightly too hard, the grass under will kind of disappear under, which is it makes it very difficult to land without bouncing unless you're at the perfect speed. So we're gonna reduce throttle all the way out here. Actually, make sure you don't hit that tree. Make sure you don't ground loop either. Not the best. We'll go around and proceed with a hammerhead. Come back in for landing. Getting very close to the water at the end there. Not to worry. This aircraft with the flap down can fly at like 60 miles per hour, so we're good. So what we need to do now is we just kind of need to gain a little bit of altitude, not too much, and we need to fly straight out, and we're going to do a hammerhead. Really pretty out here. And, this is Mjøsa, or Norway's largest lake. So some guy probably just decided, you know, let's make a grass field in our backyard and put it on the GPS. So we need a little bit more altitude. And we're going to dive down. And we're going to dive down, and then we're going to pull hard back and go straight up. Gain some speed here. Level our wings and pull back. We want to go almost straight up. Watch our airspeed. 110. Kick the rudder over, and we're gonna bring that nose right back down toward the ground and start to pull out. And that is how we do a hammerhead. We can do one more here. We have some speed. We'll go ahead and pull back. Wait for us to go straight up. Speed 110. Kick the rudder full left this time. Try to keep our wings straight up and down here, and get the nose back down toward the earth and start to pull up out of the dive. It's kind of hard to see the water. Don't want to hit the water on the video. We'll do it one more time here, and then we'll come in and land. So we're going straight up now. Kick the rudder. And we're falling straight back down. Go ahead and level out. And we need to reduce the throttle to really kill off some speed here. This is a fully aerobatic capable aircraft. I'm pretty sure they use this as a World War II training aircraft, but do not quote me on that. They also use I know they use the G version, which is this one, for reconnaissance missions. Right, gears coming down, flaps coming down, starts trimming. It's a two-seater, and it has almost all the flight controls, or almost all the same gauges and controls in the rear as in the front. So I would assume that it is for training. A little low. Have to bear in mind that we're landing in an uphill runway. There we are. We're gonna hit that cone here and just kind of roll out. We didn't hit the cone, but we kind of went off the runway a little bit there. It's very easy to ground loop in this thing if you don't have full control. Really great sounds. You can hear those squeaky brakes when we do those sharp turns. All right, we're gonna put on the parking brake, throttle up to about 1450 RPM when we shut this thing down. There we are. Pull the prop all the way back, and while we wait for about 20 seconds, we can turn off the avionics, our lights, leave the flaps down, and we can actually kick off the generator right now. I forgot to select the left tank, whatever. And we'll pull the mixture back, and as the engine stops spinning, we'll turn off the magnetos. Perfect, and we'll turn off the battery. Bring the throttle back, turn off the carburetor heat, and we can just select off on the fuel tank. And close the cabin heater, unlock the controls, and that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed. We did some basic patterns and just a few hammerheads at the end there. And if you want more, just go ahead and subscribe and leave a like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.